Factor f of x equals 4x cubed minus 9x squared minus 58x plus 15 into linear factors, given that negative 3 is a zero of f of x. So it's telling us that we need to factor this completely. So let's take a look at this. So we are told that negative 3 is a factor, or at least is a factor of this polynomial. So that means that k is equal to negative 3. And since k is equal to negative 3, then that tells us the following. That tells us that this is going to be x minus a negative 3. And so therefore, x plus 3 is a factor of this polynomial. So this is one factor of this polynomial. And we want to find other factors of this polynomial. So what we want to do is we're going to use the value of k and then use synthetic division. So the second step is to do the following. We're going to use synthetic division, so we know that k is negative 3. And then we're going to put in the coefficients of each term. So we have 4, negative 9, negative 58, and then 15. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring down the value of 4. And negative 3 times 4 is going to give us negative 12. Okay, and negative 9 minus 12 gives us negative 21. Okay, and then negative 3 times negative 21 gives us positive 63. And then 63 minus 58 gives us 5. And negative 3 times 5 gives us negative 15, which then gives us 0. So that's proving the fact that x plus 3 or negative 3 is a zero of this polynomial. Okay, now we need to figure out what is this polynomial that we've just found. Well, remember that this becomes now 4x squared minus 21x plus 5. So this is the other factor. So we know that we have x plus 3 times this factor, which is 4x squared minus 21x plus 5. Okay, but this needs to be factored completely. So that means that we need to figure out whether or not this can be factored. So by doing that, let's go ahead and do that. So we have 4x squared minus 21x plus 5. And so we're going to use the AC method to factor this. So recall that the AC method is taking 4 and multiplying that by 5, which gives us 20. Okay, now for step 2, we know that AC is 20, and we know the value of B is negative 21. So what two numbers can we multiply to get positive 20? Then when we add them together, it's going to give us negative 21. Well, negative 1 times negative 20 gives us positive 20. When we add them together, it gives us negative 21. Next, we're now going to rewrite the first term, 4x squared, with minus 1x as the middle term, and another middle term is minus 20x. And then the last term is plus 5. Okay, and now we're going to group these, and then we're going to group those into two different terms. So what can we factor out of the first two terms? We can factor out an x, and then what's left over is 4x minus 1, which means we should get the same thing on this side of 4x minus 1. And now we need to determine, what do we need to multiply by 4x to get negative 20x, and what do we need to multiply by negative 1 to get positive 5? Well, that is minus 5. And now we know that we're going to get the following. We're going to factor out the 4x minus 1, and then what's left is x minus 5. So now this factors into x plus 3 times 4x minus 1 times x minus 5. And this is the completely factored form of this problem. So let's go ahead and answer our question. So we have x plus 3 as one of the factors, and the other factor is 4x minus 1. And then the other one, I believe, is x minus 5. Now let's check our answer. And there is our result. So that means if we multiplied all these together, we would get this polynomial.